now that we have our basic menu data in place, we can start planning on how a user, or rather the owner of the restaurant, can manage his menus, right? So here is something which I have in my mind. There will be a form. This box is the form which um, the the owner will use to add menu items. Now what I we have or rather what I have missed in my database structure is that I haven't categorized the food items. So there'll be certain like starters, main course, desserts. So yeah, we'll need to have that provision so that each item can be grouped into that. So um, in my add form, I should have a drop down where I can select the categories and I can add certain categories to my menu. So yeah, that's where we will have that form. And yeah, this entire thing is basically a view component. So this is my container component which will control all the data which is being passed on. So I'll have this container. This will be a form um, component which will allow us to add new menu items. um, and then uh, this will be a group component which will have all the food items which will be repeated, right? So let's get started with it. I need to run npm install because I haven't done that. So npm install should pull all the packages, and while that's you know being done, what I'll do is inside editor config, I'll just copy this and I'll have my JS files indent to 2 and also my .vue files indent size to be 2. Okay, so that's one change I typically make. That's my way of working. So it's completely up to you. If you like it, you can continue with that, or else you can have 4. I somehow feel that because Vue components have a lot of HTML, I prefer having that to 2, and also the JavaScript I'm used to having 2 spaces. Okay, while it is still coming up, why don't we create our structure? Right? That's strange. Okay, processing is done, I guess. No, it is not. I guess my npm install is, yeah, it's giving PHP Storm a hard time. Um, so inside resources, we have JavaScript components. I'll create a folder called modules. Okay, and in that we will have menu. Now, as we discussed, we'll first have this main container, right? So why don't we call it, this is too clumsy. I'll go inside resources, assets. Oh, now it's JS modules menu, right? ls. Okay, so I'll have, what do we have? We have menu container dot view. Okay, then we will have menu add dot view, or why don't we call it menu add form? Okay, I can take it from there. Menu add form view will be menu add form dot view. Okay, then we will also have touch menu item dot view, and let us see. So menu item will be this, but I'll also need the group. right? So I'll also have, let's say, touch menu groups.view. Okay, so let's quickly check what is what. So we have the container, which is this big box which we have, and it will contain all the data. So in Vue, in React kind of frameworks, we have certain kinds of components which are um, dumb components, so which basically rely on data to be sent to them, and then they will react accordingly, and they don't have any other idea of how the data is coming and whatnot. They just know what they need to do. They don't care about how the data is coming. So those are my dumb components. And there are certain kinds of components which are aware of the integrities of how the data is being collected, whether it is an Ajax call, whether it is something else, whether it is from a store. And that's where our menu container will come into picture. So that's only going to contain the data, and it is responsible for sending out events, managing the state of each component. Okay, add form, it's quite simple. I'll have this interface where I can add either a group or a menu item. I will have the groups, which is basically this individual item. I have done this because I would want to have some way of collapsing things. So that's where it will come into picture. And then the individual food item, so that it contains the title, the description, and an image, and the price tag, of course. So yeah, that's about it. Now, let me see if npm install is done. Yes, it is ready. Um, I'll need to do npm run watch, okay, so that it kind of starts tracking all my code changes. And basically, I have a shortcut for that, which is nw node watch, node run watch rather. So I'll have that in place, and once that is done, we need to come in our app. Oh, just wait a minute. I'll need to get rid of this thing. I will do mix dot disable notifications. I think that's the code. Node watch. Let us wait for the build. And now, if I change something, right? So the notifications are gone. Okay. I think we are good to import the component menu container. Require. I can do imports as well, but I think um, Taylor has gone with this require format, which we can continue to use. There is no harm. Modules menu, and we will only import the menu container. We don't need the inner components, because the container is going to handle all the other things, right? So I'll close all other files. I'll have a template, I'll have a script, and if we require style, we will add that. Export default this. Okay, have a div with a wrapper class and menu container. Okay, so once this is in place, let's see if we are able to pull that component in here, right? You're logged in. I'll just say menu container, and in here, oh, I haven't typed anything in here. This is the menu container. refresh. Right, we are able to pull that out. I Now I will use this Vue Developer Tools plugin from Chrome, and if you don't have it, I would highly recommend you using it, because it helps you a lot in doing development, right? So as we said, my menu component or the menu container needs to get the entire data, right? So what I'm going to do is send the entire menu data as props to this menu container. Okay, so but we will be creating a controller. Let's see, I have home controller. Okay, for now we will try it out inside our home controller, although this is not the right place to put the code. But let's start with something, and then we will move on to having it in the menu controller. So menus, the menu, all. Okay, I just basically want to show you the approach which we are going to take. Okay, I'll compact that. So this means now I will have menus as a variable in here. So what now I can do is I can say items equals JSON encode menus. Okay, and inside my view component I need to tell that I'm going to accept, no, it's items, right? Hit refresh, and as you can see I am able to pull all the data from the database into my view component. And I prefer doing this JSON encode instead of API call in here, because I'll typically be able to get the best of both the worlds, which is I will be able to use it in Vue, but I'll still have control over paginations and all kinds of things with Vue. So sorry, with Laravel, and have every data coming from the server itself instead of API calls. So yeah, this is going to be the approach. So in the next video we will start implementing the actual component code inside its own route. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, do click on the thumbs up icon, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.